Man, I never thought I'd see this day. I can't believe it's finally happening. We're getting a tried and true, classic Sonic adventure. An actual sequel to the original side-scrolling Sonic. Not that edgy Sonic, this Sonic. The Sonic that doesn't talk. No quirky one-liners, just solid, fast-paced action. And my God, this game is awesome. Let's see what industry professionals think of the new Sonic game. I bet everybody's super excited for his triumphant return.
When I saw Sonic Mania, I thought to myself, we might finally have a second good Sonic game.
Was there a first?
Yeah, was there a first?
Sonic CD.
Next Sonic CD.
It's fine.
I think we're at the
Real
point
talk.
where we need to admit that this was never really a great franchise.
Nope.
Actually,
No, Sonic was never good.
Yeah,
It was a 25-year lie.
Yes, Sonic was
Yes?
never good. If you disagree, you can call the cops. And they're forgetting the back half of the game that's like very tedious and boring.
And
Big, elaborate stages, responsive controls and movement physics, interesting and engaging gimmicks, lots of hidden nooks and crannies to discover, and tricky hazards that challenge you to stay alert and act fast.
Tedious and boring.
In all honesty, how is IGN a thing again? Just run that by me.
Sonic
Yes?
was never good. If you disagree, you can call the cops.
Now, I'll admit, I'm not really that big of a Sonic fan anymore. I was really into him when I was growing up. I used to collect the comic and, you know, watch Steve Urkel be edgy in 90s.
Ooh, I like to hang, but I got a juice.
But now that I'm older, I've kind of drifted away from Sonic. And can you honestly blame me? For a while, Sonic struggled with identity. Sega really couldn't find the right outlet for him, and through several attempts like racing games, endless runner style games, and whatever this is, you know, Sega tried to make a place for the Blue Hedgehog. But I mean, I can't really blame them, because here's the thing. At least they were trying. Looking at you, Capcom. There were even a few really well-received games. I was actually kind of fond of Sonic Generations. Oh, but wait. Silly me, I forgot.
terrible boss fights and the spikes, the
Yeah.
bottomless pits.
Once you get to, I
the
believe
drowning music, the drowning music.
Drowning music.
Can you tell how much I hate IGN yet? So when I heard about Sonic Mania and it being a complete fan project endorsed by Sega, going back to the actual roots of the entire franchise, I was immediately on board, day one. And I'll be honest, when I saw that trailer and I saw that familiar Sega, I'm not gonna lie, I cried. The kid inside of me was screaming, and I had the biggest grin on my stupid face as that trailer just whizzed by. So without further ado, ladies, gentlemen, and anyone in between, this is GameFauxTheater. Let's take a look at Sonic Mania, and as the trailer itself said, to discover what made Sonic a gaming icon, we're going back. Just putting this out there, spoiler warning. If you haven't played the game yet or collected all the emeralds, seen the bonus levels, or the new bosses, the secret bosses, or any of that stuff, please, I implore you to stop now and enjoy this experience. If you haven't played a Sonic game since the original Sega Genesis, please do yourself this service, stop now, and go play it. With that out of the way, this game is a complete fangasm. The polish of the story, visuals, and music are so crisp, easy, and amazing. It truly does harken back to the good old Sega Genesis classic left to right gameplay, and rightly so. There is so much to love here, and that's honestly really important. Love. This game was made with tons of it. It wasn't just made because some higher up said, we gotta appease all the classic Sonic fans. It was a simple passion project, spurred on by passion and love and dedication. Christian Whitehead, the project lead and lead programmer, was always pretty passionate about Sonic games. He worked on a few fan games based off Sonic, and even went to work on the Sonic-inspired Freedom Planet 2, which, if you haven't played, I highly recommend you go play that too, especially if you're a fan of the Sonic series. He began development of a mock Sonic demo of sorts, called Sonic Discovery. He presented it to Sonic series producer Takashi Iizuka. Takashi was so impressed by his passion, he argued the name be changed to Sonic Mania, as in his words he said, "Buy the Mania, for the Mania." The very fact that Sega actually went along with this and then didn't just send him a cease and desist honestly speaks volumes for Sega. And to be quite honest, is a breath of fresh air in this stupid, stagnant, selfish gaming community of the modern era. Like, I get that some companies are scared of ruining the image of certain characters, but I mean, come on. Nintendo, you really need to take notes here. Sonic Mania's story is simple, fun, and engaging. It picks up right after the events of Sonic and Knuckles. It almost seems like Sonic can't catch a break. Tails, being the engineering genius that he is, picks up a strange energy reading from Angel Island. A certain mainstay villain of the Sonic franchise is already there. Only this time he's got a group of questionably elite robots known as the
Oiled Heavies. I got a juice.
Sonic and Tails arrive, of course, just as they extract the source of the energy reading, the Phantom Ruby. Upon disturbing the gem, it pulsates a strange energy, creating a rip in the space-time continuum, sucking Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and the Heavies back in time, for a clever, nostalgia-fueled adventure. Also, can I just say, seeing Knuckles just minding his own business, trying to act all tough and then getting schlobbed in the face, honestly had me laughing more than I probably should have. Oh my god, this is a big one. Where do I even start with the music? The music composed by Mr. Tiago T. Lopez is breathtaking. The chiptune, high-bit, action-packed music of every stage is memorable, and even though I've only played through the game maybe a total of 3 times, one for each character, if a song can get stuck in your head after only 1 or 2 repetitions, you know that song is damn good. And I'm serious when I say this music is good. Put it this way, I may not remember the names of all the stages, but when I hear the music associated with the stages, I immediately know what music went to which stage. And that is how level music should be. Not some generic orchestrated nonsense, not something forgettable that I hear and then completely forget 5 minutes later. Like here, listen to a few of them yourself and tell me these are not good. By far, my favorite was Press Garden Zone Act 2. They build it up so well. After you beat the boss for stage 1, it gets eerily quiet. You see snow on the ground and petals in the air. Honestly, I kinda got an Ice Cap Zone vibe from it. And then just like that, it hits you. It's such a beautiful and eerie song, and is hands down probably one of my favorite in the game, as not only is there a really amazing build up, but the background and the accompanying scenery is gorgeous. Speaking of, it might be of no surprise, but man, do I love art. Art and visuals to me are very important. I don't mean graphics. To me, graphics and art are 2 entirely different things. When I talk about graphics, I simply mean textures. I simply mean textures or sliders. But when I talk about art, I mean everything else. Artistic fidelity, meaning through context or otherwise, and the story or voice a piece of art can carry. And man, does Sonic Mania have no shortage of any of the above. Some stages can be a bit much. For example, Stardust Speedway. You know, it's kind of hard to tell where things are and where you should go sometimes. It feels a little cluttered. And Studiopolis, aka Seizure Zone, while amazingly beautiful, can be a little bit distracting on the first go. However, levels like Press Garden, Studiopolis Act 1, Oil Ocean, and Mirage Saloon are just gorgeous to look at, and they tell a much deeper story as you race through their respective stages. I also love how Knuckles is almost comedic in this game, getting knocked out, biffed, and bamboozled, but they even went the extra mile to give him a unique intro stage segment and 2 different boss fights. They're a definite step up from the usual bosses you would expect, while also calling upon classic Sonic boss mechanics without just being carbon copies. My favorite fight hands down is the Studiopolis Act 1 chase boss. Man, do I love the music here, and it goes so well for what's happening happening on screen. It's comedic and action-packed. And not all bosses are made equal. Bosses like the Desert Caterpillar are kind of troublesome due to depth perception in a 2D game, and Metal Sonic has a serious difficulty spike that'll have you collecting your rings just as much as the collectibles in the game. Awesome segue, right? No? Okay. Let me just say, this game is chock full of collectibles. Holy crap. It's got silver and gold coins obtained through that checkpoint bonus round, and it's even got a little Sonic R in here with the racing minigame to get the Chaos Emeralds. These bonus levels are actually really challenging, and sometimes a little ridiculous, especially on the first try, and sometimes glitchy. So whether that's worth your time or the headache is up to you. In conclusion, this is just a really solid Sonic game. It was made by fans for fans. It is a complete love letter. So to be honest, I mean, in my whole love-hate segment that I do on reviews, I don't really have anything to say about it in terms of hate. I usually try to find the good and bad objectively, and honestly, I just had a blast. Outside of a few glitches and boss mechanics, this game was great. Again, this was a game made by fans for fans. The references to long-forgotten characters, the callbacks to the whole
What Nintendo?
I also like how they couldn't put that last part. The mean bean boss and the chemical plant made me so happy, something so obscure but so meaningful to those that know what it is. Even the secret ending ties in with the release of the new game, building hype for Sega. There's just so much detail and love poured into this game, and at the end of the day, this game truly calls upon all the right nostalgic vibes. That's why I give this game a 9.5 bald professional man children out of 10. If you've never played a Sonic game before, or you feel like you're not good at them, there's still fun to be had here. At its core, it's still a classic, fast-paced side-scrolling adventure, and is truly worthy of the Sonic name.